What if I told you there was a magic pill that you could take that would enhance your mood, increase your energy, slim down your face, give you a trimmer waistline, and save you money, all for free? You'd take it, wouldn't you? Well, if you're like 7 out of 10 adults, you're actually presented with this opportunity on a daily basis and consistently turning it down. And if you're watching this video, I'm sure you've put 2 and 2 together by now and know that this magic pill is abstinence from frequent alcohol consumption.
Now, obviously, we know that alcohol makes us gain weight, typically depending on what you drink. Mine of choice was an IPA. I love a good IPA. I know everybody hates those guys, but I really do love a good IPA. But besides the weight gain and maybe even some brain fog, there's actually a lot that I didn't realize.
Because of the structure of alcohol, it is what's called both water soluble and fat soluble. What that means is when you drink alcohol, it can pass into all the cells and tissues of your body. It's broken down into acetaldehyde. And if you thought ethanol was bad, acetaldehyde is particularly bad. Acetaldehyde is poison. I'd love to be able to tell you otherwise, but that's just a fact. The key thing to understand here is that when you ingest alcohol, you are, yes, ingesting a poison, and that poison is converted into an even worse poison in your body. It is the poison, the acetaldehyde itself, that leads to the effect of being inebriated or drunk. I think most people don't realize that being drunk is actually a poison-induced disruption in the way that your neural circuits work.
So if you gathered what I gathered from that video, essentially alcohol is literally poison, and that is what's making you feel inebriated. That's what's making you feel buzzed or drunk. I'm 27. I believe I started drinking legally when I was 21, and then I started doing it pretty continuously, and it ramped up throughout the years to where I found myself in this unhealthy habit of I couldn't watch a sports game without a beer. I couldn't go out to dinner without a beer. I had to have this crutch, kind of. It wasn't even getting to the point of being buzzed anymore. It was just something that I enjoyed. Alcohol is so bad for us, but why is it this thing like you're becoming a man when you can drink? You're cool if you can drink. Like you kind of feel pressured into it. It's just like when you're in college, there's so much pressure nowadays with our generation, I feel at least, that you have to drink every weekend. What are you doing? Oh, I'm going out, I'm getting drinks. Nice. It's kind of like this rite of passage that every guy or girl has to go through to become a quote-unquote adult. You may be wondering kind of why did you go sober? Not only had I let myself go physically, and why this happened for 75 days is I wanted to reset my mental mind. So I did a challenge called 75 Hard. I'll link kind of some more stuff about that in the description, and I will be making a full video about that and my entire experience with it in the future. So be sure to like this video and subscribe so that you do not miss out on that video when it is uploaded in the near future. As I was going through 75 Hard, there were a lot of elements to this challenge, but the one that was the hardest for me, I had been putting this challenge off for 4 years, was I can't go without drinking. How am I going to go on first dates without a drink? How am I going to have fun without a drink? How am I going to go to work happy hours without a drink? What you'll find is that nobody really cares except for you. This is a you thing that you're building up in your head, that people are going to have this kind of negative connotation about you. They're going to think you're lame. But once I got a weekend, I was like, man, this really isn't that bad. And then I started to realize that that was what was having the biggest impact on me throughout this challenge. Was my head was getting clear, my mood was getting better, my face slimmed down within like 2 weeks. It used to be like a big puffer ball. I'll try to put some videos up there. At least I think it was. I was breaking out with acne. I saw this picture that my friend uploaded of me in the summer, and I was like, ooh, that's not a good look for me. And this was kind of as I was doing 75 Hard, and just reaffirmed that decision that going sober was the right choice for me, at least for this duration of time. That's kind of why I started and how I went through this journey and started to realize all of the positive benefits. Another thing I realized is it helps you understand what do you actually like and what do you not like. I think it was I don't know what his last name is. Mark Manson, the guy that wrote the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***. Anyways, I'll link his video below as well. I watched his. He noticed that, like, I thought I loved going to the opera. I don't like going to the opera. I like getting a drink and going to the opera and getting buzzed. It helps you realize, what do you really like? And I want to ask you a question. When was the last time you went more than a month without a drink? And maybe this is a bigger problem for some people than it is for other people. But when is the last time you could go a full month without a drink? Do you even remember what it was like the last time you stayed sober? And that was one thing for me. I was like, is this what it felt like when I was like in high school? Like, I don't even remember. This is like a superpower. I'm so mentally locked in and so clear, and I know what I want and how to do it. I've come away with is I'm not going to give up alcohol entirely. I still like a good drink every now and then. I want to do it for very special occasions. For example, I have some very good friends coming in town this weekend. I'm going to have some drinks.
You guys know I'm making that video about alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be in it?
Sure.
Sit right there, beautiful. Okay. Has there ever been a time where you like drank and then you just feel so bad that you tell yourself that you never want to drink again?
Yes, without a doubt.
Yes.
I've definitely had some terrible hangovers. Sometimes when I've really regretted drinking as much as I did the night before. I guess I've never had the thought that I'm never gonna drink again.
Like that's like a common sentiment that everybody's had at some point. Why do you think people still continue to like drink afterwards?
It's just like a fun way to like spend time with your friends.
Yeah.
I just think it's like rudimentary in our society. Like,
Well, I definitely think it comes down to an immediate reward.
For me, like go to shows, like I play shows.
It's like a part of the culture.
Yeah, and we just like we hang out and we drink beers.
I feel like we grow up and we see our parents drink, do the same things we're doing right now, tell us stories about crazy times where they were drinking a lot, and it just kind of gets passed down through our society in one way, shape, or the other.
Especially drinking alcohol, the effects of alcohol, I think, lowering inhibitions and all that, it kind of builds on itself. And once you start drinking, it's harder at least to keep yourself from drinking more.
Again, life is all about balance. So my approach now is socially when the opportunity presents itself and it makes sense, sure, yeah, it's fine to have a drink, but I am not going to make it a habit. So with that, either have a drink, don't have a drink. It's your choice. This is my experience, and these are the facts that I've presented with you. I hope this video has helped you reach some kind of clarity. Again, I'm going to be uploading a lot more on this channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you have any questions, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.